So many questions we get are about the various compromises that people have worked out about how to make the Bible agree with man's wisdom, which is often wrong. Not about lots of things, but about the age of the earth, it certainly is. Trying to make the Bible fit with Darwinian thinking is a big mistake. Here's this question, we hear it all the time. Since God made Adam with an appearance of age, couldn't he have made the earth that way too? There are so many flaws, conceptual flaws, in that statement, begging for Christians to compromise, that it's hard to even know where to start, Dr. Sharp.
Well, the phrase appearance of age has been applied to the idea of perfection. The biblical declaration of creation is just this simple. God didn't use any process to bring the earth or its life into existence. He created it in his Logos, spoke it into existence, fiat creation. He spoke it instantly into existence in time. And so when you think of the power of God, or the majesty of God, or the authority of God, the God that I serve can create this entire universe in totality, in perfection, and complete it, because he was finished with it at the end of the sixth day.
Well, you're right. It says he spoke it into being. And probably
right.
most famous phrase in the Bible, even atheists know, is "let there be light."
That's right.
God said, "Let there be light," and then there was light.
That's right. I was debating with a Hebrew scholar on this one time down in Florida, and I said the reflexive clause or phrase, "let there be" in King James, provides in our uniformitarian brainwashed generation the idea that there was some process in the phrase "let there be." And he fussed with me about that a little bit, but I think the quibble is important, because the Hebrew says, "and God said light, and there was light." That's just a pure, straightforward translation of that passage. So in this schema here, or in this question, the idea of appearance of age, I would say yes, to the degree that this is talking about complete and total maturity, perfection right from the start. In other words, when God created man from the dust of the earth and breathed his nostrils the breath of life, he was completely mature with the ability to reproduce right from the start. When he created the plants and the fruit and the trees, he created the trees already completely mature with the fruit hanging on the trees and the seed in the fruit right from the start. There was no process. It was absolutely declared, and it was so.
Well, and what people are trying to do is drag this biological reality that Adam was fully loaded like a brand new 2012 car, and drag that idea over into geology and say, well, God made the earth fully loaded too. Well, he did. But Adam didn't have the appearance of age like we think when we say someone's got age on him. I mean, he didn't have that scar on his elbow when he fell off his bike. He didn't have the zit scars from when he was a teenager. He never was. He doesn't have any mileage or tread wear on this human body. And the earth didn't have any evidence of having gone through long periods of time either. It was made complete. Now, whether there were layers, there certainly weren't sedimentary layers with fossils stuck in them. No. There was bedrock, there was soil, because the trees needed that. There was air, because everything needed that. What was needed, God was like making a big giant terrarium, and God just made a living being, Adam, and everything was functioning and was working. The trees had the fruit in it, the seed in it.
That's a great point, Dr. Jackson. The idea of appearance of age suggests that there had been age.
Yeah, time.
No time. Or suggest aging.
Yeah, suggest an age appearance.
The idea of perfection. Now, I see the dilemma that you've identified. The idea of perfection is what is being spoken of in the scripture. When Adam was created, he was fresh, new, young, no age, no time, but he was perfect, thoroughly furnished to do the work that God created him for. It's not a Johnny Appleseed process. The Lord didn't go down and plant the trees and they grow over time.
Yeah.
So the idea of appearance of age can, if it's pressed, introduce a quibble that we're suggesting there was some aging here. No age at all. Everything was completely mature and perfect from the start without age.
And you need this for your gap theory and day age theory and things like that. The other compromises on the literal interpretation of Genesis.